as part of my History Rides series. First one, maybe just a little introduction. So we're shortly going to be arriving in a little village called Fotheringhay. Might not have heard of it. Used to be the site of a castle, and the castle is famous for two reasons actually. So number one, it's the site where Mary Queen of Scots was executed in the 1500s, I think. But secondly, it was the birthplace of Richard III. So you might have heard of the Princes in the Tower and how Richard III was supposedly guilty of murdering them so that he could take the throne. Well, there's a lot of people who live around here who don't believe that. They believe that was Tudor propaganda, and I must be honest, I'm amongst them. So I think Richard was a good bloke who achieved an awful lot in his 2 years. And the beautiful church at Fotheringay is where Richard's parents were born. Are actually buried. And you can see it in front of us actually there now. So unfortunately the tower is covered. I think there's some kind of renovation work going on. But Richard's parents are buried there. You might have memorised the colours of the rainbow. Roy Gabiv, or Richard of York, gained battles in vain. Well, Richard of York, who's buried there, was actually killed at the Battle, I think, of Wakefield, and he was beheaded. I think his head, I think, was put over one of the gates up in York. There's Fotheringay Castle on the right hand side, over the little humpback bridge. Beautiful scene, this, beautiful place to be. But Richard III basically recovered his father's his remains and brought them to Fotheringay to be buried. So we'll just go and take a little look at the castle. One of my ideas of coming back to the bike was to do these history rides, so just today's a little bit of an experiment really, just to have a look. So you might be looking at this and thinking, you call that a castle? Well, it was, and it was actually quite a substantial castle at one stage. As I say, it was the seat of Richard III. He spent his early years here, grew up down by the side of the river. But of course, what happens with a lot of English archaeology, of course, is that as time moves on and these powerful families lose their power, in Richard's case was killed at the Battle of Bosworth, 1485, August 1485, then later on in life what happens is the starts to crumble and people come along and help themselves to the building material. So the village of Fotheringay is probably filled with building material from this castle. You can see the basic shape though. It's what's called the old Mott and Bailey shape, where you've essentially got a moat that runs around the outside that would have been fed by the river, and then the defensive ramparts built up. So there's the mound, and on the left hand side this sort of plateau type area, again that would have been walled in Richard's day, but all gone now actually, so you have to employ your imagination. So hope you appreciate that. So hang on, so Grenadier Guards, King George VI funeral, yeah. So who was, right, 1951, okay, 1951, yes, okay, yeah, wow.
So and then I was on the coronation in 52.
So where were you physically then in 1952 then, when the coronation was taking place?
Wellington Barracks.
Right.
We moved to different places,
mm-hmm.
and then finally we went to Berlin. Now, my last year, I spent a year in Berlin, and I used to take messages between embassies, and some of them were very important, and some of them were kind of rubbish. And I used to go from Cladel, which was a Panzer Division barracks, a German Panzer Division barracks, to Berlin, 11 miles, sometimes anything up to 12 times a day.
So your bike was?
BSA 500 there.
Oh, okay, right.
The Germans, that they were in charge. The Germans were, you know, they bullshit a lot of people, and the engineer was a German.
And they had these.
The BMWs. Well, this engine is 90 years old, would you believe? So, the Boxer engine.
The police were using those then. When I was in Berlin, the police had bikes with horizontal engines. But you can't see that on this bike so much, can you? Because all this cowling on here.
Yes, this is all plastic. It's actually, it's not a big bike actually. It's got a lot of plastic on it. So when did you join up then?
In 1951.
Okay, interesting. Yeah.
I was on national service, but I signed up to get into Grenadier Guards.
Right, interesting.
Because they said to me, if you sign, we'll make sure you get in. I could have got in possibly, but it was okay.
You must have gone to a good school then.
I had the most terrible education.
All right.
Yeah, during the war.
I bet. Yeah. Well, that was the war, as you say, wasn't it? So.
And now I'm an educated man because I write, and I've got about 30 books.
What do you write about?
History.
What?
Plague.
Interesting. So you what, medieval history?
Yeah, medieval. And one of my main things is Henry Penn, a Peterborough bell founder in Northamptonshire mainly too. He was 44. He worked in 100 places and died when he was 44. Cast anything up to 300 bells in his lifetime. And so I've made a complete map of 100 places of work, which is going to go on display in Peterborough, in Bridge Street in Peterborough, in a bronze case, eventually. It shows you all these places, because we've been to them all. I've been on it, when I was ill years ago, I was ill, so I spent about 6 months going around drawing all these churches, and I put them on the map, big map. So that's one thing. Then John Watts, a stamper clockmaker, I'm a horologist too. I studied horology. I could go and talk anywhere.
Right.
I talk to the British Science Museum.
Yes.
I've been at the
That's interesting. I've got to pass my son and I. We've just recently visited the burial sites of every English monarch. We've got a passion of history. We're Ricardians as well, you see. So we think Richard was innocent. Okay. So.
While I'm working here in the early days, I mean, we found that on the wall in here is the contract for the building of Fotheringhay Church. It's a bit of my work, and Anne and myself found the mason's mark of William Morgan, who built the church. It's a letter H in Latin. A small case letter H with half the W at the top and half the W at the bottom. It's the only contract in the world for the building of a church, complete contract. It was copied by Sir William Dugdale in 1640, and I've been able to make a copy of it. If you want, you can come up with us.
Oh, thank you.
We're going up into the ringing chamber. I'm going to the bells.
Right.
So I'm going to take the ropes off.
Right.
But you'll see something you've never seen before. If you want.
Yeah, I'd love to. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll park the bike.
We might be banned from getting in, but park your bike and come down.
Yeah, no worries. This is the burial place of Richard, Duke of York, and his wife. His wife is buried on the left. And on the right-hand side, as I understand it, is where Richard, Duke of York, is buried, father of Richard III, here in Fotheringay Church. Beautiful church, and if we just pan round to the left, you can see this absolutely stunning pulpit, which goes back, I think, at least 600 years. So you can sort of see some of the work on it. Absolutely beautiful. Go on, tell me about that then.
That's a Latin H.
Yes.
Half the W is at the top, right? Salute goes up and down,
Yep.
and half the W is at the bottom. You can't quite see it on there, but on the bottom of the H here, it is the half of the W. It's not many times here, but we'll show you it up at the top. Show you it
At the top.
Where's this, sorry? This is a Norman roof.
That's the Norman roof line. So when that church was built,
Yes.
when the church was built, when the collegiate church was built, second Duke of York was killed at the Battle of Agincourt in 1415.
Yeah.
So the whole work stopped. So they had to put the college to the Norman church, and it was there for 16 years as a Norman church, but until that man in that tomb, Richard III, Duke of York, drew that contract up to build this. So the collegiate church was there for 15 years before this place was built.
Interesting. This will keep you fit then.
Right, off we go then.
Yes.
I'll let you go first because I'm slow.
No worries. I'm not as fast as I used to be. Right, going up the bell tower. This is a treat. My son's going to be really jealous, by the way, Mike.
I think he is.
I didn't expect to be doing this today.
You knew I was coming.
I've no idea. No.
You did. That the Lord told you on your bike.
He probably did. Yeah. Well, he does guide me. So.
This scaffolding on this church is colossal.
Well,
Isn't it?
it is. So how old is the bit we're walking up at the moment then?
1434.
Right.
So the flying buttresses, as you can see them, are built with this church, and that end one down there, look, is we think it's a collegiate church flying buttress.
Right.
It's the only one left,
Yep.
because the collegiate church was knocked down at the dissolution of the monasteries.
Sure. Wow.
They put a thing like this through.
So is this a flying buttress then? Here, this thing behind us. This.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, they're unusual flying buttresses too.
Mm.
They say to the people write about them, idiots write about them. They say those flimsy flying buttresses that the Duke of York, that William Hall had built, that the force of the energy going through those down there into the ground in a circle,
Sure.
like that down.
Yeah, it's the strongest thing you can have, isn't it? So, yeah.
Watch your hand on here.
No worries. Yeah, it's just, I guess, dissipating the stress, isn't it? So.
There is Solomon's Knot there.
And what's that?
Solomon's Knot. You can't pass it. If you've got the devil in you, you can't pass it.
Interesting.
It's a safety for the masons. I can't see it this morning properly.
I can see it.
It's got a flower inside it.
Yeah, I can see it.
Can you see the flower inside there?
Yeah.
It's a knot. It's everlasting.
Right, interesting.
It goes on the compass like that. You know, when you get a compass,
Sure.
it's a charge, and you make
Yes.
that a flower.
Yes.
Well, it's a three-leaf one. 1, 2, 3.
I'd have walked straight past that. Right, up we go. I'll tell you what, you do very well for 85, Mike.
Yeah. Sometimes I don't feel like it. When I go to bed at night, I'm knackered.
Well, that's nice though, isn't it? You've done something with your life, so.
You don't feel nice, you feel kind of awful. So look at that place now, look. You could have a meal up here, couldn't you?
So what do you actually call this then, this room?
The ringing chamber.
The ringing chamber, right, okay.
So that we've got 6 bells and they have the 6 ropes
Yeah,
hanging down.
yeah. Wonderful smell. Old oak beams, eh? How old are these beams?
Well, the bell frame is medieval.
Right.
Now, there's a lifting gear there that they built the church with, the windlass. You know, man, I'm surprised that this is clean. It is, yeah.
So this was actually used to build the church then?
Yeah, it was in an A-frame. An A-frame.
Yes.
Just like you have for taking a car engine
Yes,
out.
yeah, yeah.
And in here went the piece of the wood, turn it, on here was the rope going around here. There'd be a block and tackle, big block and tackle here. So the block and tackle might have been three pulley, 2 of them. So with this you could pull up 2 or 3 tons in one block.
Where was this found then, Mike?
Just in this bell frame,
Was it? Interesting.
laid in the bell frame.
And presumably someone's done some dendrochronology just to work out how old it is.
When I came here, when I got through in that door, there was a bit of a door on there. When I got through, there was muck that deep in here.
Yes.
There was no ceiling on here at all.
No.
That's the bell frame cut up. I got the bell frame cut up into strips.
This, what, this,
All these planks.
right, interesting, okay.
So to make it look reasonably as ancient, I just screw them up there and just put them up there like that.
I'm so impressed.
That is the falcon and the fetterlock got there. It's the main badge of Richard III and the main badge of the Yorks, but Richard III used it. And around the outside of the bell inscriptions, the falcon, if the falcon is sitting on the fetlock and it's open, in that case the fetlock is open,
Yes.
the York's on the throne. When the fetlock is shut, the falcon can't fly,
Yes.
so he's locked into the falcon. He's locked into the fetlock.
Sorry, what's the fetlock? That's the thing he's sitting on, is
Yeah,
it?
it's a device to lock a horse's leg to a pole, I think.
Okay, right.
But in this case, it sits on top of a pole.
Yes.
And on a horse.
Yes.
And the falcon sits in it.
Mm.
And if you go and look on the tombs, he's got a little chain round his leg, and it's hooked onto that hook at the end. I did that, so I should have put it on there, a little thing around his leg, and the chain just hanging down, and it hooks onto the end. So they open the fetlock, the chain comes off, and
Yes.
away goes the falcon.
Yes.
Or his strap is on there. He's got a strap
Yes.
that flows in the air, and when they let it go, the strap flows behind them.
Interesting.
And the bird flies around and he comes back.
Interesting.
And it sits back on here, and they just attach it again.
You should have your own TV series, you know.
Him there.
So you find his marks further down the church then, will you?
Yeah, right at the bottom you find him. And you find marks like this, look. You find marks like that. And it's as many years as they've been up working through a line.
Interesting. So how old will these marks be then?
We think it took 9 years to build this church. As many as 9
Wow.
years.
So these are going back to the 1400s?
Yeah, this place is, we're starting in 1434. So by the time 1440 comes, this place is well on its way by 1440, I should think. So those years.
Interesting. Yes.
We'll show you that a minute.
Right.
So
How'd you get up there then?
next up the steps.
Oh boy.
Actually.
Keeps on going.
Now you have to wait till I've got round this door before you can come.
No problem. Oh, dear me. So clearly this is a relatively modern mechanism then, isn't it?
Yeah, with Asian bells.
Right.
This is 1595 on the side of that. 1595. Praise God, HPWW 1595.
Yep.
Is that inscription?
Yep.
Two bells are modern, those two.
So they're bronze presumably, are they?
Yeah, bronze, bell bronze. And you can see there, 1989 when we finished the bell scheme there.
Yep.
And that's the inscriptions. Peace. The first part of the inscription is on that bell, and that's the second part of the inscription.
Yep.
All the rest have got Latin inscriptions.
Sure.
Except for that one there, which is Tobias Norris of Stamford.
Yes.
You can see what they've done here. They've gone right through here with this scaffolding. It's to secure those sets of scaffolding together, so it's rigid, I think. They didn't tell me. They just come in here and just wore big holes through here.
Sure. And we can see the sky through there then, at the moment.
Yeah, if you stand up on there, look, you'll see right up
Right.
to the roof.
Is that always like that, or is it just during the renovation it's like that?
No, that's like that for air.
Okay.
Keep the place dry.
Right. Presumably you've got bats up here as well, have you?
Don't mention that. We've got all that. There it is. Now bring your thing around the other way. Take your camera around the other way. Turn it upright. Turn your camera. That's it. Now there's the H up there. Look, can you see it?
Where is that? Oh yes, yeah, I've got it. Yes, absolutely, yes. Yeah, got it. There we are.
So you've got it.
And that's the same mark you showed me downstairs.
Yeah, but you want to be the other way so you get it all.
Yeah. Well, I'm shooting in this format because then I can turn it into a video. You see, so. Okay, interesting. So the same guy working downstairs is working up here.
Yeah.
And how many of those marks have you found in the building?
Not too many.
No.
William Hallwood, but as he gets towards the top, so they get bigger.
Right. William Hallwood. So he would have lived when?
I should say late 1300s. So it's square on the bottom,
Sure.
octagonal at the top just there.
Yeah. And is that just a decorative feature or is that functional?
That's part of the building.
Okay.
And a lot of that stonework up there, you film that and I'll tell you if you can hear my voice on there.
Yes, I can, yes.
That stone up there is part of the Norman church. A lot of those pieces of stone, they're part of columns, but
Yeah.
you can see they've been very cleverly put in
Yes.
to the corbellin. It's called corbellin.
Yeah.
So this room is 20 foot square, and that changes it from a square into an octagon. You can see 1, 2, 3 sides there. 1, 2, 3 sides.
So a corbel is what, Mike?
It's called corbellin out.
And so what's that? A corbel, is that just sort of filling the corners in, essentially?
Yeah, it corbels out so that you can make the wall. The wall at that point is 16 foot thick.
Yes.
If you drill a hole right through there to the corner, it's 16 feet.
Wow.
The wall here is 4 foot thick.
Yeah. Yeah.
And in parts it's 8 foot thick. In certain parts it's
So
8.
why did they need such a thickness of stone then?
Well, but look what it's carrying.
So it's carrying the weight of the bells.
Well, no, it's not that. It's carrying the building.
Right.
This bell here, look, is early, like all the rest are really. And those pieces at the top are cannons. They're like a crown, they're called cannons. And they normally fix an ancient bell to a wooden headstock. So the wood fits on the top of the bell like that, and metal straps go around those hooks, over the top of the wood, and that instead of the headstocks being metal like that, as it's modern, they were made of wood. And those cannons are enabled to be bolted to the headstock.
Yeah.
They have to be retained in this modern day and age, which is a good thing, so the bell is maiden. It hasn't been tampered with. It has been tampered with actually because it's been tuned. It's no longer a maiden bell.
Right.
It's been tuned by taking metal off the inside. You can, if you look inside there, put your camera underneath there, you'll see a piece on the rim, on the bottom rim where they've taken the metal off the bottom.
Okay, why do they do that?
To tune it.
Ah, okay, I see.
They can only tune it up.
Yeah.
You can't tune the bell down.
You can't add more on.
No.
Interesting. Interesting.